I would like to welcome you all in the lecture series of Managerial Economics. This video gives an idea how to pass the subject with a good score. Also, I am going to give some important tips to clear the subject Managerial Economics. I request you to follow the guidelines to clear the subject. Surely, I promise you at the end of the video, you will be getting a positive vibes to clear the subject. So high weightage and repeated units are as follows. Regarding the unit number 2, you have to give the first priority. You will be studying about demand analysis. You may get questions on elasticity, forecasting problems. It is a repeated question, sir. What do you mean by demand forecasting? That is another thing. And also what are the different methods of demand forecasting? These are the important questions, which is evergreen questions. Coming to the unit number 3, it is a cost and the production analysis. So you are expected to receive the questions, especially what is law of returns, what is cost curves, isocon curve, what is break-even problems, break-even analysis, and you will be getting break-even problems. Coming to the unit number 4, so question is on market structure and pricing. What do you mean by perfect market? What is monopoly market? What is oligopoly market? What is monopolistic market? It is a short question. I request everybody to focus this question. It is a very valuable points regarding managerial economics. Coming to the unit number 1, it is the introduction part. So you may get a questions about what is managerial economics, what are the scope of managerial economics, then what are the applications of managerial economics. Also some theories like Bumoll theory, Mary's theory, Williamson models. You may get such kind of questions in the university examination. Coming to the unit number 5 and 6, what is business environment? And especially industrial policy, you may get a short notes and current policy updates. Okay, what is inflation? Okay, how to predict the inflation, deflation, inflation, those points you have to remember. So this is another important concept which you need to focus. So I request everybody, the weightage will be in this particular fashion so that you can plan well and prepare well for the examination. By the way, let me introduce what are the most repeated and probable questions for your upcoming university examination. So this is prepared based on the analysis of the previous year question paper, based on the pattern of previous year question paper. So I made my own algorithm. Accordingly, I prepared. So coming to the unit number 1, it is introduction to managerial economics. Define managerial economics, nature and scope of managerial economics, and explain the significance. Similarly, role and responsibility of managerial economics. That is also one of the important questions. Then, what are the objectives of a firm? Similarly, what is profit maximization versus growth maximization? So, what are the theories associated with the managerial economics, like a Bumoll sales revenue maximum model, then Mary's models, Williamson managerial discretion model. You can study any one of the theory, 100% it is going to ask in the examination. I think you might have received the question for your internals. Surely, in the university exam also, the same question will be repeated. Coming to the unit number 2, it is mainly focused on demand analysis. What is law of demand and exceptions? Exceptions are very, very important. What is elastic demand? Price, income, cross, and promotional. Different type of elastic demand. You have to explain with the help of a suitable graph. That is most important. So, by the way, what are the uses of elasticity in decision making? For example, pricing, taxation, substitute, etc. Similarly, problems on elasticity demand using this particular equation, delta Q by delta P in percentage. Forecasting using time series analysis. Okay, so trend projection method also you may get a university examination questions. What is law of supply and elasticity of supply? What are the assumptions of law of supply? What is demand forecasting? So meaning of demand forecasting, significance, different methods of demand forecasting. At least you have to study 5 methods, especially survey method, then trend method, regression method. Those methods you are supposed to study with the help of suitable examples. Coming to the unit number 3, it is basically focused on cost and production analysis. You should study about production function, input output relation, then law of variable proportion. So in that you have to focus on short run, one variable input, etc. It is also very, very important for your university exam point of view. Similarly, returns to the scale, increasing, constant, and decreasing. Explain with the help of a graph. Then isocon and isocost curve, which is very, very important. Explain isocost and isocon curve. Illustrate isocost and isocon curve with a suitable example. So economies and de-economies of scales, that is also important. What are the different type of cost? Fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, managerial, and average cost. Similarly, cost curves. Then SR and LR output relations. These are the most important questions from unit number 3. I hope you got an idea how to prepare unit number 3 and the remaining units. Okay. By the way, let me move on to another units. Before that, I already told you that unit number 3 is very important. You have to focus few more topics like break-even analysis, break-even point, or break-even point in the form of units. So that is given by fixed cost by selling sum of selling price, the sum of selling price plus variable cost, selling price minus variable cost. So you have to focus on BEP. So margin of safety you can calculate it by taking the difference between sales and BEP sales. The drawback of this method is you have to every time we have to focus on a linear function, like certainty, consideration of certainty. Okay. So that is every time we never talk about uncertainty. Problem expected. So if any uncertainty comes, we cannot follow this principle. Expected problem, calculation of BEP, which is used as formula MOS calculation. So these are the important calculation you are supposed to remember. Coming to the unit number 4, then market structure and the pricing policy. Perfect competition. Here, like MR will be equal to MC. Similarly, monopoly. Features of monopoly: price determination, price discrimination. Similarly, monopolistic competition. What are the features of monopolistic competition? What are the product differentiation and pricing? What is oligopoly? What are the features of oligopoly? King demand curve. That is very, very important. I request everybody to focus on this. Then cartels and price leadership. Similarly, pricing approaches, loss leader and peak load transfer pricing. So these are the most valuable questions from like a fourth module, that is market structure and the pricing policy. So coming to the unit number 5, Indian business environment, you have to familiar. Here, the nature and structure of Indian business environment. You may get a short note questions. Similarly, internal versus an external environment. Similarly, political, legal, economic, social, cultural, global environment. So these are actually like external environment. You have to talk about like external environment. Write a brief note on external environment. What are the different type of factors which are affecting on the external environment? Similarly, role and importance of like small scale industries in India. Also, what are the different challenges? What are the scope and growth of this particular small and medium scale industries in India? Similarly, what is fiscal policy? Explain the different structure of fiscal policy: neutral, then expansionary, and contradictory. Similarly, monetary policy also you are supposed to focus. What are the objectives of monetary policy? What are the how to control the inflation? How to improve the employment opportunity? Then how to maintain interest in a stable rate. So what are the roles of Reserve Bank of India in India especially? So these are the things you are going to discuss in fifth module. Coming to the sixth unit, what you are supposed to do is Indian industry policy you are supposed to familiar. It is actually legal aspects you have to focus. Similarly, Indian industrial policy 1991, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. These are the very, very important topic which is evergreen questions. Explain the like Indian industry policy 1991. In that you have to talk about liberalization, privatization, globalization. What is PLI scheme? It is mainly used for manufacturing of like boosting the manufacturing industries. Similarly, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, promote the self-reliance. Similarly, recent government initiatives of growth, startup in India, make in India, etc. So these are the major segment which are comes under Indian industrial policy. Okay, so I hope you understood how to prepare and what to prepare. There are some important formulas. You have to study how to calculate the price elasticity demand by using the formula. So okay, delta Q by delta P, which is in percentage. Cost cross elasticity. So formula is available. Similarly, income elasticity, you can use this particular formula. Similarly, break-even point, fixed cost by selling price minus variable cost. Already we mentioned. Okay, see this formula. Selling price minus variable cost. It is not plus, it is minus only. It is a ratio of fixed cost by selling price minus variable, like a variable cost, that you have to take care. Similarly, MOS, actual sale minus BEP sale divided by actual sale into 100%. Forecasting. Similarly, time series, Y is equal to A plus BX. Okay, it is just like a formula, just like a straight line. So, time series method is also another method for the prediction. Similarly, what you can do is, let me introduce you the smart passing package. I mean, what strategy you have to follow. If you have 5 days, you need to follow the same schedule. If you have like one day, I can tell you one more schedule in the coming video. Right now, let me think about 5 days. You'll be having minimum of 5 days. How will you plan for the study package? Day one, unit number 1 and unit number 2, focus the definition, elasticity, and demand forecasting with the curves. That is very important. In the coming second day, you need to focus on third unit with the law of production, cost curve, and BEA problems. Coming to the unit number third day, you have to focus on fourth unit, that is market structure and pricing. In the fourth day, you are supposed to cover unit number 5 and 6 because it's a purely theory. So business, environment, and policies are purely theory. It's a legal aspects. Similarly, revise the definition, formula, and the short notes in the last day. So if you focus on this, I promise you that you are able to get 70% of the marks worst case. Okay, whenever you're writing, kindly underline and also use the proper graphs whenever you're going to explain. So 10 marks theory questions, write definition, 4 to 5 bullet points, and a suitable diagram and graph. For problem, always show formula, steps, even partial answer. Okay, so try to write at least a partial credit you will be getting. So draw need diagrams, demand curve, cost curve, isocon, BEP chart, market price determination. For question number 8, short notes, prepare law of demand exception, fiscal policies, features of monopoly, Atmanirbhan Bharat, then PLI scheme, etc. Autofocus. Short answer also you will be getting. That's also very important for clearing the subject with a good score. Manage your time, attempt the problems first. BEP forecasting. If you are good enough confident in the problem, but if you are not confident, don't appear first, because starting itself, if you are getting less marks, that will be getting a negative remarks. So kindly avoid. If you are not confident, I request you to don't focus more on problem first. You can write the theory first, later on come to the problems, and you may get a partial credit if you are not confident. So I wish you all the very best for your examination. If you need any support, you can use the comment box. I can support you. Happy learning. Wish you all the